today's video is going to be a little bit different to normal because I've got that over there, the BMW 330d xDrive M Sport. And well, my question is, in the current climate, with all of these new regulations and us constantly being told that diesels are the Antichrist, does that thing still make sense? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this camera in a second, go over and just have a little look around it because, well, firstly you need to see that exact car. It's outstanding. The specification on it is one of the best I've ever seen. And then we're going to take it for a drive and see if a 6-cylinder 3-litre diesel still makes sense in 2019. This is the 330d xDrive. And for those of you, first of all, that don't know what the 330d is, well, it's the 3-litre 6-cylinder diesel version of BMW's 3 Series. So, as I've mentioned, 3-litre 6-cylinder, it produces 265 brake horsepower and an absolutely ludicrous amount of torque. This thing is so fast, and well, it's a diesel, so that's a strange thing in this day and age. But firstly, before we get to sort of the technical bits, let's have a little walk around it. So this particular car is finished in Black Sapphire. The 3 Series has actually been with us now for a while, so this is a familiar shape. But the reason this one is so special is it features the M Performance parts. So this is actually an active demonstrator at Rybrook BMW, and obviously the guy that drives this wanted to make it look extra special, and he really has. The presence of this is outstanding. So let's firstly start at the front end. So this one also has the visibility package, which gives you see the laser lights through here, which is the blue accents. Now they are BMW's best lights, which they pierce even the darkest of dark. This also has M Sport Plus pack, so shadow line exterior, so the kidney grills are blacked out and they look outstanding. So the M Performance bits down the front end, firstly you've got the first stage on the splitter. So this first stage is gloss black, and then this has got the second stage, which is carbon fibre. So it's sort of an extra little lip on the front, which just looks unbelievable. And then moving round to these, look at these alloy wheels. They are unreal. Some of the nicest M Performance alloys that I've ever seen on a BMW. And they're 20 inch. 20 inches of absolute beauty. So that's the front, and I think you probably agree with me that that looks so menacing, so menacing. Now I will be honest, when this first generation of 3 Series first came out, I didn't really know what to think of it, but now I think it's unbelievable. Moving around to the side, you've got the M Performance sticker allocation down here, and then you've got a gloss black extended strip which runs from here all the way down to the front. Again, round to the rear then. This one's been debadged, so it is a 330d xDrive. xDrive being BMW's 4-wheel drive system, and in this car it is outstanding. I mean, look at that. That almost, I would say, looks like an M3. And I've seen this car on the road and it actually does look like an M3, and if the M3 looks anything like this thing, the next M3 is going to be absolutely unbelievable. So we've got the 3D LED lights around the rear, which add a real drama, and then this enormous carbon fibre ducktail spoiler. It's a real thing of beauty, and it's from the M Performance catalogue. Down at the rear we have twin pipes, and rest assured they are real. And then here, the carbon fibre diffuser. absolutely beautiful. But this car, let's just give you a bit of an overview of it. Look at how menacing that is. It's absolutely stunning from every angle, this thing. And then look at the interior. So let's move inside now. Open it up. It's just beautiful in here. So this is finished with the oyster inside, which just adds so much to it. It's beautiful, absolutely stunning. And another rare option, we've got a sunroof on here. You don't see many of them these days. But yeah, my real question though, is this necessary in 2019? We've got all of these activists and different people campaigning for better emissions. So for us petrol heads, are these sort of cars going to be consigned to the history books very, very soon? I really hope not, but I can really see that going that way. Diesels have been the scapegoat recently, unfortunately. But this thing, let's just open it up again, see it from the other side. It's just stunning. The dashboard is that new BMW architecture. So you've got the 10.25 inch operating system 7 in the center, joined into the digital cockpit in the middle. Everything's so simplistic and just stunning. I can't get over this car. Oh, one thing I almost forgot to mention, and Performance 2, carbon fibre wing mirrors. Oof, they look stunning. And this car just is amazing. But as I've said before, is it really still a viable option in 2019? Well, my opinion is yes, it does make sense, because that engine is so silky smooth and creamy. Oh, it's just a joy to drive. And then you've got this surge of power and torque, and all the while you're actually getting incredible MPG. Now bear in mind, this is a 3-litre engine. You can get easily into the high 40s in this, maybe into the 50s. This thing, I imagine, has a hard life because it's a demonstrator, and it's still showing at just over 40 mpg. Now that, for a car with over 250 brake horsepower and outrageous amounts of torque, it's simply phenomenal. This right here, this is what BMW do best. This is what they do better than anybody else. The already amazing 3 Series, the new 3 Series, and then coupled with that engine, what more do you ever need? So as I've already said, it produces 265 brake horsepower and about enough torque to probably restart a dead planet. Oh, it's just a surge. And it's so perfectly balanced with the xDrive system as well. You can chuck it at a corner and just be so confident that it's going to slingshot you out the other side. And I will keep saying it and saying it and saying it. It is such a shame that these cars are probably going to be a thing of the past in the very, very near future. There's just something about a 3-litre 6-cylinder diesel from BMW that really pulls on the heartstrings. And what a strange thing to say, a diesel that is pulling on your heartstrings. This thing is just, it's perfect, okay? Now, you're all going to expect me to say that, but I don't think there's anything that I would change about this car. And even on those big, incredible wheels and this body kit, it's still so exceptionally comfortable. And it's still so quiet, so easy to drive. But then you've got that surge, that surge of torque. You can just ride it all the way. It's exceptional, this thing. This is just a dream to drive something like this in the modern world, with hybrids and smaller engine displacements, and it's just a breath of fresh air. This is old school. This is old school BMW at its very, very best. Oh, that surge. It's so addictive. And I urge anybody to drive this thing because it is phenomenal. I can't really think of any other words to describe it. It feels fantastic. It's so composed, and the mountain of torque it's addictive. Pushes you in the back. The gearbox, when coupled with that engine as well, is just a joy to use. It's so seamlessly smooth. You can just cruise for endless miles in this thing. And then the MPG that you can get out of these is just unreal. The appeal of a big diesel is just so easy to see. And are they really any more environmentally unfriendly than a big high-powered petrol? That is the question, and unfortunately it's a question that I can't answer. And the brakes, they're phenomenal. Now I'll quickly explain why I've just slammed the brakes on. Well, there's a pheasant with a whole load of babies in front of me. I'm just going to grab the camera quickly, stop here, and try and show you what's actually just unfolded in front of me. Look at that. Look at them all. Just absolutely chilling and not getting out of my way. Are they going to move? Are they going to move? I'm going to move towards them, and they're literally just putting. I'm not even sure they are pheasants, you know. But let's go back to the original question. Does a diesel like this still make sense in 2019? You get incredible performance, a beautiful engine, smooth drive, and incredible fuel economy figures. So for the here and now in 2019, yes, I would still 100% think this thing makes sense. But give it 5 years, when there's even more pressure on cars, more pressure on emissions, I really do think that sadly we are going to lose these. And that makes me very sad.